We all know the feeling of being completely stuck. You put in the work, you push with everything you have, but the problem in front of you simply will not budge. Imagine a vast, burning desert. Buried deep under the golden sand is a tiny date seed, holding a small spark of life, desperate to reach the warm sunlight. But resting directly on top of that seed is a massive, heavy stone, completely blocking its way up to the sky. The seed gathers all its strength and pushes upward. Nothing happens. It tries again, pushing even harder, but the rock refuses to yield even a single millimeter. Exhausted, the seed feels completely trapped. It looks at the heavy stone and assumes its fate is sealed. It will die in the dark, never seeing the world above. It is easy to feel exactly like that seed. When an immediate problem seems completely unsolvable, our minds often trick us into believing our entire path forward is permanently blocked. But the desert is rarely as silent as it seems. One day, a gentle wind filters down through the sand and whispers a simple instruction to the seed. Stop complaining and look downward. The seed pauses. If the obvious path to the sky is sealed tight, maybe there is another direction entirely. It makes a strategic choice. It stops wasting its limited energy fighting the unmoving rock above and redirects all of its effort into growing its roots downward into the earth. This new direction is brutal. The soil is packed hard, the sand is entirely dry, and fighting through each layer takes an immense physical toll on the tiny plant. Days turn into months and then years. If you were standing on the surface looking down at the rock, you would see absolutely nothing happening. This is the reality of invisible growth. Just because progress cannot be seen on the surface does not mean deep, vital development isn't happening out of sight. After years of slow, agonizing effort, the roots finally pierce through the lowest layers of the earth and strike a hidden, flowing underground river. This animated diagram shows us what would have happened if that rock was never there. On the left, a seed with a clear path shoots a tall stem up to the sun immediately, but its roots remain extremely short. On the right, our trapped seed has spent years building a root system that reaches far underground. Looking closely at the left side, we can see those shallow roots flash with a warning. They are physically weak and easy to pull out. Meanwhile, the deep roots on the right have locked firmly into the lower bedrock. The heavy rock provided the physical pressure needed to force the seed into building a massive foundation it otherwise would have skipped. Now fueled by the deep underground water, a powerful new energy awakens inside the seed. It finally has the strength to try growing upward one more time. Supported by its massive root system, the seed pushes against the rock again. It doesn't break the stone, but it has the power to bend around it, finding a tiny, narrow gap at the edge to squeeze through. The heavy stone acted as a physical training ground, forcing the seed to build the inner strength and foundation it needed for the future. Decades pass. That tiny, struggling sprout matures into a towering, thick-trunked date palm tree, its branches stretching high into the sky. Then the desert turns violent. A dark, chaotic sandstorm sweeps across the landscape, whipping fiercely against the tree, testing everything in its path. All around the desert, the plants that grew quickly are violently ripped from the ground, their shallow roots snapping under the pressure. But the tall date palm holds firmly to the earth. The tree survives because its roots go deep, and the only reason those roots go so deep is because a heavy stone once trapped it in the dark. The obstacle it once hated is the exact reason it is alive today. We can apply this logic to our own lives by making a simple pivot. When a problem cannot be changed, stop pushing against it. Focus your energy internally on strengthening your own skills and mindset. Then reframe the hardship. Look closely at the heavy stone in your life and ask yourself, what specific hidden strength is this exact problem forcing me to develop? These delays serve as a vital preparation period. They provide the time you need to grow the root system that will eventually hold up the weight of your future success. True resilience grows from facing pressure. The heaviest, most immovable stones in our lives are often the master architects of our unshakable strength.